Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Leela Rhodes and I'll be your moderator today. Thank you so much for joining us here at NetCom Learning, a market leader in promoting lifelong learning, training, and talent development solutions. We are very excited to host today's webinar, Learn to Defend Against Multi-Stage Network Breaches in 40 Minutes. And presenting today's topic is Sheik Raashid. Sheik has been working as a cybersecurity trainer for more than 12 years, and he is experienced in training and preparing clients for various global certifications related to network, security, and cloud. Sheik is a Microsoft certified trainer. He holds certifications related to network security and cloud, as well as expertise in ethical hacking, penetration testing, incident handling, disaster recovery, network defense, threat analysis, encryption analysis, network, and cloud security. Please bear in mind that this is an overview of a very robust topic, and we do offer a collection of technical and business courses that can be tailored toward your specific requirements. If you're interested in a further discussion about any of those, you can make an appointment with our learning consultants through our website at www.netcomlearning.com. NetCom Learning helps customers build innovative learning organizations by achieving a smarter workforce, adopting change, and driving growth. And we do this with a broad catalog of offerings, developing customized learning plans, and our global delivery capabilities. Since 1998, we have been empowering organizations with our managed learning services to help them reach optimal performance results and address challenges. We have 9 practice areas in which we specialize, and they encompass people, process, and technology training. Today's presentation is from the security practice area. NetCom Learning offers a comprehensive training portfolio for security courses, and our upcoming classes include various trainings on eccouncil CHFI, Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator V10, eccouncil C&D, Certified Network Defender V2, eccouncil CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker V12, and many more. And private training to teams is also available, and those learning plans can be customized to the specific needs of that audience. You can also access a variety of security marketing assets, such as the free 1-hour training, by clicking on the available webinar handout, and these offerings can be found with a simple search on our website as well at www.netcomlearning.com. Through this instructor-led webinar, you will gain a comprehensive understanding of the required skills to defend your organization against multi-stage network breaches by deploying the appropriate countermeasures. And now, without any further wait, I am going to go ahead and pass the time over to Sheik to present today's topic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Leila. Let's get started here with Learn to Defend Against Multi-Stage Network Breach in 40 minutes. So network breach, we got to protect our networks. Earlier, we used to know how to configure our switches, how to configure our routers, how to configure our network devices. But being an admin, being a network engineer, being a network admin, being a system admin, now it's very important to maintain the security of our devices. So being a network engineer, I need to understand how I do forensic investigation, how I do incident handling, how I do threat analysis. I need to be a SOC engineer. So that is what we expect. That's the reason we are learning. So I am sharing my techniques here, and your techniques might be different. So I'll share my techniques, how I am using these techniques to defend my network. So the agenda for this webinar is we're going to understand a multi-stage network breach. We'll understand a forensic investigation process. We'll see 3 key tools and techniques to do forensic analysis as per my understanding. And then we will have a question and answer session with me. So when it comes to forensic investigation, I am certified hacking forensic investigator. This is a certification from eccouncil. We are going to discuss that also. I am into incident handling, and then as a as a network security and cloud, into network security and cloud. So let's see what we have here. Now, why is it important to do forensic process? because the investigators must follow a forensic investigation process that's going to comply to local laws and established precedent. So that's very important. We need to follow a standard, because what happens, being an ethical hacker, I might be using a lot of tools, but being a forensic investigator, I need to make it sure that whatever tools I use, I need to comply with the local laws also. I need to use those standard tools. So as digital evidence is fragile, so we get only one chance. A proper investigation process that ensures the integrity of evidence is critical to prove a case in court. So being an investigator, I need to make it sure that whatever tool I'll be using, is it accepted in court? What will happen, like, if I use a tool which is not being accepted, so my whole process of doing the investigation is of no use. So the investigators need to follow a repeatable and well-defined document step. So if someone says that, Sheikh, you calculated the hash for this evidence and you need to prove that, right? So someone else is going to calculate the hash, it should match with the hash which I calculated maybe 1 month ago. So that has to be repeated. So that's why it's very important. Every crime leaves a trail of evidence. This is a kind of motivation for forensic investigators. Like, every crime leaves a trail. We need to search for it. So that's where we spend a lot of time, because we have that in mind, that every crime is going to leave a trail. It happens in the normal, when there's a crime, they collect those fingerprints, they collect those human hairs and all that, because they know that they are going to get something. So a criminal is going to leave his footprints. So there's a Locard's principle, which we'll see here. Now, what is a multi-stage? What is multi-stage attack, right? So why multi-stage attacks are making network defense difficult? So what is multi-stage? Multi-stage attack typically includes an initial, there could be a droplet file, a man payload component of the malware, or additional modules which are delivered over a period of days, weeks, or more. So you are going to use those APT, advanced persistent threats. You are going to use a kind of a metasploit, where you create the exploit. You need to do forensic, you need to do reconnaissance, information gathering. You need to deliver that payload. You need to wait for the victim to share some information. That's why you're going to steal that, right? So it is a lot of steps here. So that's why it's multi-stage. So IT managers are kind of inundated with cyber attacks coming from all directions, and are struggling to keep up due to lack of security expertise, due to lack of budget or up-to-date technology, according to Sophos. So there was a survey where they find these could be the reasons, like a lot of attacks coming in parallel or one by one, because if you see, tools are already available online. So cyber criminals use multi-attack methods and payloads for maximum impact. Cyber criminals are evolving their attack methods and often use multiple payloads to maximize profit. Organizations that are only patching externally facing high risk servers are left vulnerable internally, right? So internal attacks, insider attacks, and cyber criminals are taking advantage of this and other security lapses. So software exploits, unpatched vulnerabilities, zero-day attacks, these are the top security risk. So there's a lack of security expertise, budget, and up-to-date technologies as per the research. Now, these are 6 stages of network intrusion. So one is the reconnaissance, where attacker is using some OSINT techniques, doing information gathering. Then he is going to do initial exploitation, where he might be sending me an exploit. I click on it. He might be sending it through pen drive, through email. When I click on it, I get exploited. That's where he's going to set up a connection with my machine using command and control channel. And then he's going to download or install some other tools using those droplets, and then he's going to move literally to other systems, or try to break into other accounts which are there in my system or in my network. And then whatever objective he has, maybe to steal data, so he's going to achieve that objective. These are 6 stages of network intrusion. Now, what is computer forensics? It's a set of methodological procedures and techniques, finding evidence related to a digital crime to find culprit and initiate legal action against them. So what's the objective? You need to track and prosecute cyber criminal, maybe to gather evidence, to check what's the intention of the perpetrator or what's the intention of attacker, to minimize loss to the organization, and to protect organization from similar incidents in future. So cybercrime is any illegal act that involves a computer device, network, or application. So there are 2 types of breach. One which is done by internal. So this is by disgruntled employees, which are those who are not happy doing social engineering attacks, those who are within the organization, and one is the attackers. So company becomes target of intrusion every 15 minutes from external sources. So nowadays a lot of attacks are happening. There are different types of attacks. If it comes to web, network, application systems, there are a lot of attacks which are happening. Now, different types of forensics, right? So if we go to understand more about forensics, we will be trying to do network forensics, email forensics, malware forensics, memory forensics, cell phone, database or disk. Depends on, like, I am an investigator doesn't mean that I'll be knowing all of those techniques. I might be an expert in doing network forensics. I might be an expert doing cell phone forensics. So these are the different types of forensics. Once we do any kind of certification, then we can choose a particular area based on our interest. Now, what is investigation? Here it is collection of clues and forensic evidence. So there'll be at least one electronic device found during the investigation. The device found may be central to the investigation, as it could contain valuable evidence for solving the case. Therefore, the information contained in this device must be investigated in a proper manner. So you get only one chance. Process such as collection, process, and analysis of data differ based on the type of case. So different types of cases could be there, civil case, criminal case, or administrative cases. Now, what are the rules of forensic investigation? So limit access and examination of original evidence. So you're not going to work on the original evidence, but what do? You make two copies. So record changes made to evidence files with a chain of custody. That's who is going to deal with that evidence, why they are dealing, how they are dealing, when they are dealing. You got to maintain a kind of a document. You need to comply with standards. Sometimes you might hire professional for analysis, so you get a certain time. If you are not able to fix it, if you are not able to do the investigation, that's where you hire a professional. Evidence should be strictly related to the incident, and you need to securely store the evidence, so to protect it from maybe some EMI radiations, or maybe protect it from environment, heat, anything. And we have those static bag, when you take the evidence, you need to use those bags, electrostatic bag, or you need to use those proper, store it properly. And you need to use recognized tools for analysis. So that's very important. So the tool should be registered, not like you do hacking, you might be using any tool. Like if I need to take a copy, I cannot do backup. Backup is not copying everything, so I need to do disk to disk copy, or I need to do what to say, a bit by bit copy. Not disk, sorry, bit by bit copy, to take everything, those slack spaces. So what is digital evidence? Any information of probability value that is either stored or transmitted in a digital form. So there is a very nice principle, that is Lockhарт's exchange principle. Anyone entering a crime scene takes something of the scene with them, and they leave something of themselves behind when they leave. So anyone who is going to come inside the crime scene as a criminal, he is going to take something with him. He's also going to leave something with him. So we have that something. It could be volatile, it could be non-volatile, different types of evidence. Some, a volatile is an evidence where we need to connect power, because it's volatile. If power is disconnected, the information goes. So we need to collect this information first. There is a order of volatility, what needs to be collected first. Sources of potential evidence: it could be a hard drive, it could be thumb drive, it could be a memory card, it could be smart card, it could be biometric scanners, digital cameras, routers, hub switch, removable storage devices, it could be scanners, fax machines, or GPS. These could be different sources of evidence. Forensic readiness is being ready. So organizations' ability to make optimal use of digital evidence in a limited period of time and with minimal investigation costs. So cost is important and time is important when you do the investigation. So what are the benefits? Fast and efficient investigation. Structured storage of evidence is going to reduce the expense and time of investigation. Easily identification of evidence gives attackers less time to cover track. So that's why it's very important. So you give them less time to cover the track. Now, what are roles and responsibilities of a forensic investigator? So you need to determine what is the extent of the damage, how far that attacker has reached your network, recover data of investigate value, gather evidence in a forensic manner or in a standard manner, ensure that your evidence is not damaged, You need to take it properly, handle it properly. You need to create an image of original evidence without tampering, and you need to maintain integrity by calculating the hash value. You need to guide official in carrying out investigation. You need to reconstruct if there's a damaged disk or other storage device, and uncover the information which is hidden in your computer, like all those different types of info, if it's a bad sector, bad cluster, and all that. So analyze evidence data found. You are going to prepare analysis report also. You're going to update organization about various attack and recovery techniques. You're also going to address this issue in court. So these are your duties if you work as a forensic investigator. What makes you a good computer forensic investigator? You have some interview skills to gather much information about case, because if you are a first responder and then you need to interview those people who are there at the time when the incident happened. Researching skills to know the background activity. Patience and willingness to work long hours. We understand, investigators spend a lot of time trying to do the investigation. Excellent writing skills for findings for report writing. Strong analytical skills to find evidence and link it to suspect. Excellent communication skills to explain finding. Be updated with new methods and forensic technology. Well versed in more than one computer platform, like it could be Linux, it is Mac, it is Windows. Knowledge of various technologies, various hardwares and softwares. And you need to be honest, ethical, and law abiding. So this is what makes you a good forensic investigator. So there are three phases: pre-investigation, investigation, and post-investigation. So here you prepare your teams and everything, get ready, get tools, check your laws and all. Then you do the investigation process. We have a methodology which we'll see. And then after that, you make a report and all that, lesson learning and all. So this is your methodology. The first response, this is the first person who goes to the crime scene. And then he's going to search and seize. So if I need to seize your computer, I need to have a search warrant. If I need a log from ISP, I need to have a search warrant for that. And then I collect the evidence. And after that, I need to secure it properly. Whether I transport it to my lab or whether I do the investigation there only, I need to secure it. And then I need to get data. Data acquisition is, it could be a hard drive. I need to take a copy of that data and then do the analysis, then do the assessment, right, to see what kind of further analysis I need to do. That's why I assess that, and then do the documentation and reporting, and also test as an eyewitness in the court. So 3 key techniques to do forensic analysis. First thing is,
we're going to take a quick moment and we're going to hear from Jabi. He is our VP Vendor Operations, and he's going to introduce some of our promotions and webinar related courses.
Thanks for adding me here. Sheik, thank you for taking us through, what does it take to be a forensic investigator and how important it is for an organization to have forensic investigation skills when it comes to cyber security. It is, as you rightly mentioned, that every 15 minutes there's an attack happening on an organization, and just in case, in an unfortunate situation where an attack happens, what does the organization do? Because in most of the cases we would see that there's loss arising out of these activities. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the event. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I'm here to give you a little bit more information about what NetCom does or what NetCom has to offer to you. And at the end of my conversation, which is not going to be beyond 5 or 7 minutes, there is a takeaway for all of you. And so please hold on till the end, and we'll give you that. We'll give you the information on how you can avail the giveaway which we have planned for this session today. All right. So while you heard about our offerings, my colleague Leela had explained. I want to go into specifics of a few of them, so that you have a better view of what we do. So Learning Passport is one of our, it's a team training package which we offer to our customers. So let's say you are a organization which needs training for your IT training for your employees, and you have a plan for the full year or you are in the process of planning for the year, you can avail this product from us, which is a savings passport. Primarily what it does is to give you the benefit of what you can a better return for the money which you invest on the training. So if this is a prepay model, and let's say if you select the premium product, you would invest $75,000 and you get a 60% additional value in terms of the trainings which you would avail from NetCom. And the best thing about this is that we are not limiting you to a certain product or a certain type of training. This includes everything instructor-led, virtual instructor-led, and we also do private trainings for you. So this is on the value. We have a similar product which we call as Learning Voucher Passport. This could be based on the number of days training. So it could, your per day training, or rather per course training, could go as low as $480. Of course, there are terms and conditions related to it. Here again, there's no limit on the type of trainings which you want to do. If your team is comfortable on a VILT mode, you could do that as well. So this is one of those. Do visit our website, netcomlearning.com, for more details. There's another subscription-based platform which we offer to our customers. So this is very, very affordable. It starts at about $2,999 per year for each learner within your organization. So you could plan your team's learning through the NetCom Plus platform. It's also, we offer more than 250 e-learning courses in this, and around 140 virtual instructor-led courses as well. So this is a subscription. This remains with you for a duration of 12 months. Your teams can access and select which are those courses which you think is relevant to you. There's no limit on what you can use and consume within this. If you and your team can consume the whole 250 or 140, you're welcome to do that. So it's a complete subscription which is available at your disposal, and this platform is available 24/7. So we heard about cyber forensics, and we also heard about incidents and how to report it, and how to collect evidence and related information. Now we are also offering a cybersecurity awareness training and phishing simulation solution. Why do you need this product? Is for the reason that there are many instances, rather a significant percentage of the incidents happen because of the end user is basically compromised, or the end user makes a mistake, and he or she is her credentials are compromised, and the hackers get into the system, and from there, as Rashid was mentioning earlier, they get in, and then they move laterally within the network and get into other systems and other networks and databases as well. So what we offer here as part of our solution is a phishing simulation and a training for your employees, for your organization. This is what we offer, what you see on the screen, which is phishing email phishing options, which is entice to click, credential harvesting, and sending an attachment. We also offer wishing, which means you could do voicemails and test your employees on their ability to handle phishing calls. And we also have a tool using which you can send an SMS to your employees. And this product has got more than 100 courses, which is self-paced animated courses for your teams to go through and gain knowledge on security awareness. Now, about a week is left for the year to close. So we all do offer government saving solutions since it's closure of the year, and if you think we could be of help in the last minute to take care of any of your skilling requirements which you've not utilized for the year, we are here to assist you. We offer special pricing for the government. So just in case if you are keen, please do reach out to us to get more information about how we could assist you in taking care of your budgets for the year, and how we can take care of your training needs, not only for this year but even for the next year when you plan your training. So moving on, we also do have our GSA schedules, and we serve the government agencies in the United States through our GSA schedule. We have our approval and registration number. We are also approved as a GSA small business for GSA set asides. Apart from this, we also accept GSA Smart Pay and GCPC credit cards as well. We do participate in GSA Advantage also. So for more information, we have a page on GSA on our website. Please do visit us. On our website, there are multiple pages, and when you visit, you can get more information, detailed, specific information about courses and certifications. Our free virtual event, this was one such event. We also run 2-hour classes as well at no cost. We do have a lot of blogs written by the experts in the industry, and then savings programs and promotions which we run from time to time. So as a takeaway, which I said earlier this morning, what I wanted, rather this afternoon, what I wanted you guys to also have while you go back was to have this Microsoft's official course, which is SC 900, which is Microsoft Security Compliance and Identity Fundamentals. So the course material for this SC 900 T00 it will be given to you free at no cost. In the tool, if you see there's a handout section, please go in there. You'll get a file which you can use to get more information about how you can access it. And this is completely free, no questions asked. I would say go ahead and use it, just in case you're not yet certified with SC 900. So thank you very much. Over to you, Leila.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, we will go ahead and jump right into our question answer session. How do you go about getting certifications?
Right. This is a general question, I assume, but then it applies to today's course as well. So getting a certification, I would say first and foremost, you should understand that what are you trying to achieve. For example, today's course, CHFI, which is Computer Hacking and Forensic Investigator. This is a certification from eccouncil. Let us assume that that's what you're looking for. What is the simplest way to do it is to first and foremost understand that, do you know the basics, first of all, even before you look at the course. Are you okay? Just go into the course and see the prerequisites for the course. Most of the training organizations which offer these courses, you would see that each of the course will have a specified prerequisites. First and foremost, I would say go and check if you have the prerequisites. Are you qualified enough to attempt that particular course? I'm not trying to say that you're not smart enough to take a course for which you may not be qualified in. However, it's a desirable situation to be to fulfill the prerequisites first of all, which means it might be defining it to say that, hey, you must have a certain level of knowledge on a certain topic and so on. So that's the first thing which you should do. Second is to go through the training, and I would say technical high-end programs like CHFI or any SC, even SC 900. I would say you must use or go through the course material, and secondly, take a training from a trained professional. Sheik, who's a professional trainer for NetCom, delivers excellent programs for us across the cybersecurity domain for us. Similarly, there are trainers as well. I would say, what you read and understand is also enough to attempt and clear the exams in many cases. But getting somebody like Sheik or a trainer to explain it to you and go through that class, I would say that's the next step. Third is for you to give the official examination, which means the tests which are associated with these courses. You do the examination. Once you clear the exam, that's when you get certified.
Thank you so much. Okay, so then our next question is, how are these exploits created and delivered nowadays?
All right, so exploits, if we talk about exploits, that's a malicious code. So there are a lot of ways, but one of the tools which I have seen is a Metasploit. It is from Rapid7. That is where attackers, they kind of use those tools. So I have seen this Metasploit being used more. And then there are a lot of ways where people deliver those kind of exploits, like through the emails as a spam mail, doing those phishing, targeted phishing, wishing, and all those attacks. And then dropping a pen drive. This is one of the most kind of it looks like a simple attack. I've seen like one organization was very strong, and what they did is just drop the pen drive. It's a media dropping attack, and the employees, they were happy, thinking that they just got a pen drive. They started using the pen drive, and after that what happened is they got infected. So there are simple ways where attackers make you to click on something. At the back end is a payload, so something which looks innocent. So there are a lot of ways what attackers use, mostly emails and all that, free websites like freeware and all.
Okay, thank you. How do we become experts in forensic investigation?
Right, so expertise comes only with kind of the time will be spanning, because I've particularly seen when it comes to investigation or incident handling, it all comes with how much time you'll be spanning. Because what will happen, you need kind of first to get started, you are on track, and after that you'll be spending a lot of time. And now what will happen, like I'll tell my personal experience. I did network troubleshooting, so first it was very difficult for me because I never know how to proceed. But after that what happened is, with a particular sign, if there's a doctor, you visit a doctor, and then he's expert enough, so the way you talk, he says what kind of disease you have, or you're not feeling well, the way you talk. So that same thing applies here. So the time you'll be spending on doing the investigations, that makes you expert, dealing with those tools and all.
Okay, thank you. How are OSINT techniques being used by attackers?
SINT is our open source intelligence. So what happens, like there are a lot of websites which are available online for us. So I do not need to kind of pay anything, but there are a lot of websites which are available online. Like if I need to understand about an organization, if I go to Kali Linux, I have Multigo. So I have who is tools, domain tools, get about the domain details. So there are a lot of tools, and a Wayback Machine is there. To know the IP addresses, you can go to ARIN and search for the IP address details, or IP2 location to search for the location. Or there are a lot of sites like Netcraft is there. So if you give it a name, there are a lot of tools which are available online. So what attackers do, the information is already available for them. They just search for it. They search for the vulnerabilities in the target, and accordingly they just create that exploit. So it's already available. Those OSINT techniques are already available. Tools are already available.
Okay, and let's see, time-wise, we've got time just for this one last question, and then we'll be wrapping up. What are the prerequisites to go for CHFI training?
All right, so to become certified with CHFI, I would say network basics, you need to have that. And if you are an ethical hacker, if you have understood your networking part, so it will be a little easy for you guys to go with CHFI, because here what you will be doing is you'll be doing the forensic investigation. So the basic understanding, I mean, network basics is very important. Or you need to know a little bit about Linux commands, or you need to have an understanding on mostly, if you're an ethical hacker, if you spend a little bit time in security, so it will be easy for you to go with CHFI. Even if you're done Security Plus, or you done any certification related to security or Network Plus, it should be an advantage for you to go for CHFI.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate your time today and your effort to take such a
Thank you.
big, broad subject and condense it as much as possible. We want to thank you all for joining us today. If you do come up with any additional questions, feel free to send them to us at webinar@netcomlearning.com at any time. And we hope that you found today's webinar to be informative. We look forward to seeing you back here with us very soon. And feel free to tell your friends and colleagues about our webinars and other courses. Once again, thank you everyone and have a great day.